I'm Martin Edlin, and I'm here at the South Central Regional Library's Collider Artist Space. I'm going to be sharing my artwork with you this month, and I will explain a bit more about what you can expect to see. I tend to make sculptures, abstract sculptures, and figural sculptures, as well as pottery and ceramic murals. I am such an anachronistic person that I still make things by hand. I actually make objects, real physical objects, with my hands using clay, which is a substance that has been around for tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of years. In doing that, I like to think that I'm somehow sharing an experience that humans have had in Paleolithic times up till now. I have been making art since I was very, very young. In fact, underneath old tables at my mother's house, you can find drawings that I did with crayons on the bottom side of the tables. And I used to draw on the inside covers of every one of my books. I didn't start working three-dimensionally until I was in my 20s, my early 20s. And I initially began to do that just as a break and a relaxation from the painting and the drawing that I was so obsessed with. And I found that it was such a natural form of expression that I've just gone farther and farther into doing that. My artwork reveals my fascination with the substance of clay, with its processes, and with the actual forms that you can create with it. People often tend to speak of art as a form of expression. And that is true. I also like to think of art as a form of eliciting emotion as well. And the emotions that are often elicited or often expressed aren't necessarily the easy ones that we could speak about, but rather they're emotions that we feel or feelings that we perceive that we can't quite put into words, that sort of exist at a nonverbal level. Another way to look at art is to consider that we all experience a sort of interior world of ourselves, and we have an exterior world that consists of everything outside of us. And art is sort of the meeting ground between those two different things. And sometimes in meeting, I find myself reacting to culture. Sometimes I battle against it. Sometimes I hide from it. Sometimes I surrender to it. Sometimes I take aspects of it and promote because I believe in it. And when you look at some artwork, you can see some of those concerns with order, with beauty, with balance. But you can also see concerns with nonconformity, with originality, with honesty and authenticity of experience. A good deal of my interest in doing abstract works is to explore the feelings that are brought about by the properties of clay itself. I also like to make figural sculptures, and these works tend to turn out looking like archetypes. They seem to imply a surreal or psychological sort of world that they exist in, but being sculptures, none of that world is there. And I like the fact that it implies that kind of narrative structure, but doesn't actually have any narrative structure. Well, I hope you have found this interesting, and I invite you to come back and learn more about the processes of working with clay. And I invite you to come visit me at a farmer's market on Saturday mornings in the Beachmont neighborhood. Until September, if you have any other questions or if you'd like to see some of my work in person.